going on, everybody? What's up? I'm here with South Structural Steel LLC, RGB Contractors. So this video is going to be just kind of a little breakdown of what we got going on in the current project. It's a fabrication project of some guardrails that are going to be sitting on some decorative block, some CMU block out at a high school in Greater Heights, Houston, Texas. So that's somewhere in about the inner downtown area of Houston. But we had 95 linear feet that we had to fabricate, 37.5 inches from outside to outside of steel. They're very simple, 3/8 by 3 inch flat iron with 3/4 inch square stock every 4 inches, so that way the sphere doesn't fit inside. And basically that's just so that a baby's head, a common size 4 inches of an infant's head, does not fit inside the sphere, so they wouldn't be able to somehow climb out. Ours will be elevated high enough anyway that it shouldn't be a problem, but we got that covered as well. But yes, in this video I'm just going to be kind of going over that. I'm going to be trying to make some time to get back into doing these videos and make some lengthier things and hopefully build some more content to add to the catalog that we already have now that we're doing commercial and really going strong with the South Structural Steel side of things. So y'all stick around. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you think.
Cut at 4 foot. Right now what I'm going to do is just line them up together and make sure that the one end right there is flush. Then I'm going to pull a tape measure and mark every 4 inches. That'll be my center of my 3/4 inch square stock pickets that I have inside. Right here I'm also marking the center of the actual 3-inch flat bar, and that way I can pop a line. I have a jig made up already, as you can see, with the I-beams tacked to my little fab table that I have here, but it's always just a reassurance to have it there just in case, you know. From the previous one I was tacking up, if there's some slag or something underneath caught, there's some BBs, I will be able to notice it, and I could either, you know, clean up the table and hit it down if it needs to be, or I could pick it up and make sure that it's right in the center where it needs to. So right here I just took my square to mark them off. I'm going to put one to the side. I'll grab the header right now, which will be the handrail basically of the guardrail, and I'm just going to clamp them off right there. This just assures me that it's nice and square, perfectly vertical. That way when I stand it up, it'll be nice and horizontal. Just checked it there with the square. Right now I'm going to go ahead and grab my big square, my 12-inch square. I have the little back cut out of there. Just helps so when you're fitting up, the little corner of that square cut out, just so when you're fitting up, if you have a weld, it's not going to get disturbed, doesn't hit it. You can actually still find true square. So after that, I'll get my first 3/4 inch stock pickets going. The first one is going to be offset a little bit just because the length of this 4 foot flat bar. So we go ahead and tack it at 2 inches and 3/4. This right here is a little spacer I made that goes along with this jig that we made for these guardrails. So basically it's just a spacer of a 3 1/4 inch with some little tabs. That way I can lay them across the picket and it won't fall through. So I have my center marks. Just line up my picket center on that mark, tack it, and then make sure that I'm moving my spacer over on that side, on the other side, to make sure that it's a consistent space in between each picket every time. So as you can see here, we fab these tables out of 1/2 inch square stocks. I like them a lot because you can use them as plasma cutting tables, or with a torch you can cut, and it doesn't get stuck to like a flat plate. I do have a flat plate to the right of me there, but I do like them because you're able to put your squares and you don't have to have so many hooks around there, just maybe a hook for your lead, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, we do fab those in house as well. But back to this guardrail, you know, we're just gonna be keep on going, consistently tacking every single one. Keep on moving our spacer down the line till we get to that last one, and then we're going to do the same thing, measure 2 inches and 3/4, 2 3/4 on both sides. Make sure it's nice and spaced out and even. And now we're going to go grab what's going to be the toe board right here. We're going to make sure that that lines up. On that I-beam, I have one directly across the other side, and I line that up with my 3rd center mark, and that lines it up with the header as well. So that makes me sure that I'm nice and square. And then I just use some magnets, some 90-degree angle magnets to put behind there to make sure that I stay nice and vertical and plumb. And right here, I'm just going to start lining up every single line with the center marks and make sure that we are indeed at our mark at 37.5. And then I will just continue to weld it all out. So some of these we cut with a torch. Most of them we cut with an angle grinder, 4.5 inch grinder. We run out of grinding disc towards the end of the night the other night, so we had to start cutting with the torch just to keep up and not have to stop. But for the most part, they went in very easy. They went in good. You know, there was some playing around, as you can see, having to knock them around. Some were tighter than others, but you know, right here we're fabbing with a 6011 3/32. That's what I'm fitting it up with. We're fabricating it with, and then we're welding them out with a 7018 1/8 rod. So that 7018, no matter if we have a little bit of gap or if it's pretty tight, it seems to be welding it just fine. As you can see, sometimes I was having to go back and weld the header part again. That's just because when I was making sure that that certain picket was in the center line, sometimes I would break the tack that I had made on top. So I was just going to reassure myself that when I picked it up, it wasn't going to break apart. And there you go. Have it right there. It didn't take me very long. All in all, it took me real time, under 12 minutes to fab this one up right here. So this was the last one we had to fab up. So let's go ahead and stack it over here with the rest of them, and I'll give you all a look on what we got going on. So I'll bring you all over here, kind of show you what we got. Finished fabbing them all up now. It's 24 in total that we had to do, 95 linear feet, 37.5 outside to outside steel, 4-inch centers on the 3/4 inch stock with a 3/8 by 3-inch flat bar. So we have to prime and paint these. This is one of them that's already been cleaned off fairly well. We got it hanging, I believe it's a 3/16 1/4 inch or so rebar. Just made some hooks on them and got them hanging on some rafters here at the house that we're building on our property. Yeah, so we're just gonna hang a whole bunch of these in this room, and we got it all blocked off, the windows, door area, the wall area, excuse me. Door, we'll put some plastic around that. Got this whole wall plasticed off. So we got a little makeshift paint booth in here. So we're gonna get these all cleaned up, and I'll start priming and painting here shortly. So that's what we got here. As for this little paint booth we're using one of these little corner rooms in the house that we're building. We got some rebar hung up, got all these guardrails on there and everything painted off. Got my paint mixed up and everything, so we're starting painting right now. So I got this little sprayer. I believe I got it at Lowe's. I believe I paid like $89, something like that. It was under $100. It seems to work better than the actual industrial one I have. So we're gonna take it nice and easy and get all these painted up. It's kind of dark in here already. It's getting kind of late on us, but I'll try and move this light around best as possible. This is the first round of guardrails we're painting in here. I got 24 of them. There's 6 in here right now, so I got 4 more rounds of this to do. So this room works really good for a paint room, a paint booth. Alright everyone, a big thanks to you for sticking around with me this long throughout this video. You know, it's been a long time since I've done one of these, and I kind of just went on the whim and did this one again. I've been doing shorts, just trying to put out interesting things that I think people would like, and stuff that I want to share as for my belief system and the mentality that I want to push, because it helped me so much in my life. But either way, I got a lot of work to do here. I got a lot of painting to do. Moses over there doing the touch-up welding. He has a lot of grinding to do. We got a lot of cleanup work to do. I'm gonna try and get like maybe some pictures or some video of us when we load this stuff onto the trailer, and maybe when we head out to Greater Heights, Houston, Texas. But if I don't, you know, I just want to say I much appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Share with your friends and family. I'm Jose Avila with South Structural Steel LLC RGB Contractors. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay blessed up. Let's make some money. We take L's every day, but we learn. We don't lose. Let's get it. That dog just makes a mess. It's not my dog, it's the neighbor's dog. Just makes a mess. Steals all the trash out the trash can and makes a mess.